Good morning. I see you. There's the underboss. I see you. Wonderful. Saturday has arrived. It's Saturday morning. Six 6:53 in the morning. Hello, Stony Tony. Head to stage. Head to stage. I'm on stage. All right. Herb Alpert. Herb Alpert, we're putting you in the trunk. Here we are. We are live. 333. 333 consecutive coffee talks here at the Social Club. Stephen Morinella had a little too much wine last night. Cuz, what happened? I feel great. It's going to be a good day because I said it's going to be a good day. I may be a little nasal, but I got this thing beat. My back is out, but that's a whole other situation. We're not going to worry about that. Yep, you're all sick. 333 in a row, Adam Courvoisier. 333 in a row. I feel good, Bambi. Thank you. Anybody that wished me well and prayers and this and that, I do appreciate that. The strength of prayer is deep. Not many people do realize that. Tom Jones, very nice. A fundraiser is beautiful. Excellent. Excellent. That is great news, Tom Jones. I like to hear that. Good thing. So I do feel good today. Like I said, if it wasn't for my back, I'd be 90%. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day because I said it is. So I just felt like hitting Carlo Gambino today for the 333rd consecutive show. Tomorrow we're wrapping it up with Anne Heche. Monday we start Sinatra month here at the Social Club. The Bull. I absolutely love the new name. Toro, I absolutely love the new name. Yes. Good work. Good work. That's what we do. That's what good people do, right? I told you the story about the food drive here in Belleville that I did. You guys know that, right? You guys know my food drive story? My toy drive story that I did here single-handedly? By myself. I had some company. Delilah and had a couple of glasses of wine. That's all right. You can do that. Yes, you can do that, Stephen. Got to try. It's all you got to do. Try. Yeah. Keep on working. Every day is a new day. Toro the Bull, Polak. Polak always leaving some great comments, some good messages. He's got a great little channel there. It's awesome. I love it. These are good people we got over here. Yes. Yes, CG2, how do you do? Hope that you are well today. Where's my tens unit? I use the tens unit. It's incredible. I know you're fine. Wine is supposed to be good. Well, then you don't have to drink. It's okay. You like the devil's lettuce, stony motherfucker Tony. We know that. Hello, Zelda. Good to see you. We got a minute until showtime. That's why we're just shooting this shit right now. We're going to talk Carlo Gambino today. Apparently, on this day in 1962, Carlo Gambino did take the reins. We're going to start off with some quotes. And we're going to go through a couple of bullet points about Carlo Gambino. We're going to hit our Catholic Minute. We're going to get going. Not too long of a show. 6:59, guys. 6:59. Polak with a little boost this morning. Thank you. Great to see you. Great to get that little hit for the coffee. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I didn't put a goal up or anything, so yeah. So we're going to be good today. We're going to be good today because I said we're going to be good today. All right. Richie, yep. CG2, good morning from Stephen Marinello. Very nice. Zelda Z, morning Delilah. Excellent. 7 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go full screen. Let's go on camera. We should be looking better today. My coloring is back. My coloring should be decent. I'm supposed to be red. I am always red. That is what I am. I'm always red. Anybody that knows me knows that. My eye is getting better. It's going to take a little time for it to work through. It is what it is. So kick back and relax. It's Saturday morning coffee here at the Social Club. We ain't breaking no records. We ain't creating no content. We're creating a good space to hang out, discuss a few things, and go about our business. You look good, Mr. Stigs. Ready for your close-up. Well, we can do that, I think. We could do the thing, do close-up. See, with this camera, I can do the close-up. This camera's crazy. I got a remote control for the camera, Bambi. Yep. I turned the corner. I did. Thank you. It was a rough run, guys. No joke. It was a rough run. I'm not going to lie to you. I just fucking threw my back out, coughing and sneezing. What are you going to do? Oh, my God. This coffee is so good. I actually had Tim Hortons, was my first cup this morning, which I don't typically do. I went with the Tim Hortons for my first cup. You put up a short? Good morning, Brian Courvoisier. You were in a short that I just posted. You and Adam. I mentioned you guys, and I was looking for you yesterday. Stop imitating me, or I'm going to strike you. Strike me, your sister's ass. If I'm not talking and I'm not overly excited, it's because I'm really content and love my YouTube space. This ain't for everybody. That's okay. Thing do, you sick bastard. Shut up. I'm done. I broke a rib laughing. All right, 333 consecutive coffee talks here at the Social Club. What are we going to do today? You sick bastards. What are we going to do today? We're going to talk about Carlo Gambino on the 333rd consecutive coffee talks here at the Social Club. Where is that Patty Daly? Settle in, grab that coffee. It's go time.
It's the Tommy Stigs Show in 3, 2, 1.
We poured some fresh coffee. Let's get the banner off the screen. We don't need that anymore. All right. We're talking Don Carlo Gambino. Everybody has different opinions. Some people have different opinions on this Don Carlo, and they vary, and that's all right, because you can't. Patty, did you catch that? Did you catch that? That was for you specifically. Some people like it, some people hate it, but Patty Daly, that was for you. I think your boy feels and looks a little better today. It's going to be a great day because I said so. So hopefully Patty Daly did catch it. All right. Uncle Dean, do I miss your? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, wonderful. My day is complete. Yeah. Let's go. Don Carlo. A couple, three things about Don Carlo. We're going to start off with some of his quotes. This was a very intelligent man. I have some clips I'm going to show. Don Carlo was a very intelligent, determined fella. Some of his quotes: you have to be like a lion and a fox. The fox is smart enough to recognize traps, and the lion is strong enough to scare away the wolves. Be like a lion and a fox, and no one will ever beat you. I like that one. Judges and lawyers and politicians have a license to steal. We don't need one. We just steal. Carlo Gambino, he was a powerful and discreet mob boss who led the Gambino crime family from 1957. Well, they say 57, but it's apparently on this day in 1963 that he really became the boss. Anybody want to do research on the actual day and year that Carlo Gambino became the official boss? It may be on this day in 1963, and I could be wrong about that. Remember, this is not a mob channel. I don't do some heavy research. I just feel like he's a person to talk about this morning. It says 1957 over at your rampage, but I don't know. I don't know. He faced various enemies through his career. Various enemies, but Vito Genovese was arguably his most significant rival for control over the New York Mafia. Other notable enemies of Carlo Gambino: Anastasia and Frankie Matthews. Genovese was a major rival boss of another one of New York five families, which became the Genovese crime family. Both vied for the position of boss of bosses, capo di tutti capi. After the 1957 murder of Albert Anastasia, Gambino ultimately conspired with other mob leaders like Lucky Luciano and Meyer Lansky to have Genovese implicated in a large-scale heroin operation, resulting in You see, apparently Gambino dimed out Genovese. This is what we heard. People may not know about this, but apparently Gambino did dime out Vito Genovese to get him off the streets and consolidate all the power. But listen, unless you were there, you don't know. So you could do all your research, all your historians, and do all of this shit, that shit, the other shit. I don't give a fuck. Unless you were right there, you don't know. The only person that really knows that is Carlo Gambino. Did he dime out Vito Genovese? Apparently he did. Listen, Don Vito was into the dope, and Don Carlo was of a different type of caliber, but Don Carlo was a ruthless man who did not follow rules. Get it through your thick skull. You remember I did the show with Dana, the girl Dana? Her most hated mob boss is Don Carlo. You got to keep in mind, he took out his boss also. He took out Anastasia in the barbershop. So, rules, this, that, the other thing. But I think he was a good boss. Hello there, James Simpson. Gambino conspired with other mob leaders like Lucky Luciano and Meyer Lansky to have Genovese implicated in a large-scale heroin smuggling operation, resulting in Genovese's arrest and imprisonment in 1959, effectively eliminating him as a rival and allowing Gambino to consolidate power. So instead of clipping Vito Genovese, which would have been the right thing to do, he dimed him out. Yeah, Donna didn't like him, and she has a lot of reasons why. Exactly. Bosses have been killing bosses since the beginning of time. Yes, of course. It's the world. It's the life. Albert Anastasia, prior to becoming boss, Gambino was a captain in Anastasia's family. Gambino conspired with other mobsters Oh, so now look at this. He conspired with others, including Vito Genovese, to have Anastasia. So first he dimed out Vito Genovese. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So first he conspired with Genovese to take out Anastasia. This is not a great man. First he dimed out. First he worked with Vito Genovese to take out Anastasia. Then he took out Vito, but he's Machiavellian, so it's all right. Then he worked with, all right. So he dimed him out. He should have killed Genovese probably, but that would have been a big problem. A big problem. Oh my God. He renamed it. And I think it's right. I think the family took the right name. I truly believe Gambino should go to the end. If they are a family, they should keep it's mafia history, right, Morinello? And it's just the way it is. It's a ruthless world. He is the king of being a Machiavellian. He is the Machiavellian boss. There's no doubt about it. He was bright. Crazy Joey Gallo was a rebellious mobster who challenged the authority of established bosses. He reportedly threw a major insult at Gambino by spitting at him when he told him to stop muscling into Gambino's operations. The act led to Gallo being marked for death, and he was eventually murdered in 1972. There's a little more to that story, but we're not going to get into all of that. Frankie Matthews, known as the Black Godfather. Matthews was a powerful African-American heroin trafficker in the 70s. Legends hold it that Gambino put a contract on Matthews, but Matthews responded with such a serious threat to an all-out war that Gambino, known for being tactical, called off the hit to avoid a bloody and costly conflict. So he backed down a little bit from the African-American gangs. But what's right? But what are you going to do? Unbelievable. After Vito Genovese's death, Gambino allegedly facilitated Thomas Eboldi's rise to acting boss of the Genovese family, but later had him killed when Eboldi was unable and unwilling to pay a large debt from a failed drug deal. Oh my God, Carlo. Don Carlo, you're something else. Not on. SBK. Don Carlo was something else. I got to tell you, when you get these little bit of tidbits here. He tried to, though. Was he what? He was a rat, Matthews? I don't know. Good morning, Cheech. Good to see you. SBK, great to see you joining us this morning. We're just having a little coffee, discussing a little Carlo Gambino, Don Carlo. I'm enjoying it. It's coffee talk, just nothing with it. Don't look for great facts over here, some record-breaking stories over here, maybe some opinion, maybe some observations. In my personal opinion, Don Carlo was one of the best bosses of all time. Now, you could say, well, he was a betrayer. He killed his own boss. I'm going to say that's the life. And he was some Machiavellian type. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Right? Let's go through a little timelines. Okay. Ultimately, while Gambino faced many enemies, he managed to outmaneuver or eliminate all of them, dying of natural causes in 1976, a rare feat for a crime boss of his stature, which is true. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Yeah, we feed off the chat. Except when James comes in before he takes his medicine. He's all over the place. Let's go through a little timeline of Carlo Gambino. Carlo Gambino's timeline of life includes his birth in Palermo, Sicily in 1902. Came to the United States in 1921, rose through the ranks of New York's mafia during Prohibition. And his leadership of the Gambino crime family will run from 1957 into 1976 when he died watching a Yankees game. A key point is that despite a 50-year criminal career, he served only 22 months in prison. Do you understand? I say this all the time. You haven't had to leave tonight. I say this all the. You see, Don Carlo only did 22 months. You see, there's people on these YouTubes, they brag about how much time they did as if it's a badge. I'm sorry. Where I come from, the man that does the least amount of times in the joint, but gets through that life living it well. That's where you get some fucking flowers. Not for all the time you did. The more time you do, the more of a jerk off you are. Yeah, it's nothing to brag about, Rebecca. You got to brag about not going to jail. See, here's where you get the twist. I did 15 years. I did 20 years. I did 30 years. You're a jerk off. You weren't very smart. Where I come from, in my brain, short time. In the joint, long time on the street. Where do people get this twisted? There is no badge of being in prison. Can't stand that. It's nothing to be proud of. There's no fucking badge, but in their twisted minds, they may feel that it is. It's unbelievable how twisted people are. So Don Carlo, in his life of crime, 50 years, only did 22 months, and not even for an organized crime conviction. Tax evasion. Well, shame on you, Don Carlo. Shame on you, Don Carlo. You're so smart, you get a pinch for tax evasion? Now that's a little... But that's just not understanding American law, possibly. Possibly. 1902, born in Palermo, where my girl's family is from. 1921, came to the U.S. 1920s, became involved in organized crime, notably during Prohibition. 1937, served 22 months in prison. 1957, became the boss of the Gambino crime family. 1957 to 1976, led the Gambino crime family and became a powerful figure in the commission of the American Mafia after the Appalachian meeting. So Don Carlo, I got to give it to you, man. Died of a heart attack October 15th, 1976, watching the Yankees. A quiet and cautious mafia boss, became a millionaire during World War II through the black market for ration stamps. So that was one of his biggest things. Not many people know that, but Don Carlo, his first big thing was the ration stamps during World War II. He black marketed the ration stamps. He was known for his low profile style and surprisingly minimal time in jail. Extensive career, serving 22 months. He became the head of the Gambino crime after orchestrating the 1957 murder of his boss, Albert the Mad Hatter Anastasia. Carlo Gambino, yes. Carlo Gambino, okay. Was Carlo, yes. He was rationing food stamps. He was stealing and selling. He was stealing and selling food stamps at that time during World War II, Rebecca. That's all that means. He was boosting food stamps. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Bambi, he needed that. And he capitalized on it. Yeah. A hustler. Just a street hustler. Brilliant. Did Carlo Gambino betray his boss? Did Carlo Gambino betray his boss? That's the problem. The Mad Hatter, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. Carlo Gambino betrayed his boss, Albert Anastasia. He betrayed Albert Anastasia by orchestrating his assassination in 1957 to take control of the family with the support of Vino Genovese. Wow. Gambino did become Anastasia's underboss, but with Anastasia's murder, he seized all the power. Betrayal and assassination. Gambino became the underboss to Albert Anastasia, but with Genovese's backing, he arranged for Anastasia to be murdered in a barbershop in 1957. His rise to power following Anastasia's death, Gambino became the new boss of what is now known as the Gambino crime family. Right? Wow. Loyalty to others. Early in his career, Gambino shifted his allegiance to Salvatore Maranzano after the assassination of Joe Massaria. Subsequent actions. After becoming boss, Gambino contributed to consolidate his power. Joseph Valachi, a mob informant, stated that Gambino had a good excuse for the assassination, such as Anastasia losing money at the tracks and abusing people. So, okay. All right. So Don Carlo took out Albert Anastasia because he was a miscreant. And he was actually, see, you have to understand all the facts. You have to understand all the facts. And the facts are, Anastasia was a degenerate. So here we learn. I was at the Park Sheridan, Adam Gavorsier. It was at the Park Sheridan. Yeah. Wow. Losing money at the tracks and abusing people. You see, that's the problem with Anastasia. Career and rise to power. Prohibition and World War II. Gambino began his criminal career smuggling alcohol during Prohibition and became a millionaire during World War II from profiting from the black market and ration stamps. So through the stamps, he became a millionaire. God bless him. Unbelievable. Took control and lifestyle and criminal history. Unlike other mobsters, Gambino avoided attention and lived a quiet, unassuming lifestyle. There is a story that goes that his son or sons or whoever bought him a brand new shiny Cadillac. He didn't want the Cadillac. He told him, take this car back. He didn't want the shiny new Cadillac. He didn't care. He didn't need that stuff. He was a very humble man. He had a place in New Jersey. He had two places in New Jersey, from what I understand. One down the shore, or two down the shore. He had a place, I think, on Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. Ocean Parkway, possibly. You know, I ain't searching for all facts. If you want that, you got to go watch one of the celebrity mob channels. This is not that. You got to go watch some of the celebrities. This is not the celebrity mob channel. So if you want all the facts, go look at the celebrities. They'll help you. This is not that. We're just having coffee talking about Don Carlo. But I think he lived down Ocean Parkway. I think that's where he died, watching the Yankees, I believe. And I believe he had a couple of joints in New Jersey. Yeah. Ocean Parkway. Okay, I was right. Yeah. Okay, I got it. See? Little bit of memory there. Ocean Parkway, yes, in Brooklyn. Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. All right. Yep. He lived a quiet, unassuming life. Minimal prison time. We spoke about that. He had a heart condition in later years, preventing him from being prosecuted on charge of conspiring to hijack an armored car. We don't know if this is real or fake. We don't know if he faked his heart problem, but apparently he did not. Yeah. Gambino kept Angelo Bruno alive. Even a few years after he died, Gambino was a Bruno Philly Commission connection. There you go, Bobby. Thank you for that. Down the shore. I believe he had a place down the shore. Massapequa. Okay, Richie, I don't know everything. He didn't live up on Todd Hill. You're right. No, he was a very humble man. Yes. Joey Dell, how are you, sir? So he had a heart condition. Okay. Family. See, this is where it gets a little weird. Gambino married his cousin, Catherine Castellano, who was the sister of future boss Paul Castellano. This is where I get a little weird. Gambino married his cousin, Catherine Castellano, sister of Paul Castellano. It's a little weird. After his death in 1976, Gambino appointed his brother-in-law, Paul Castellano, as his successor. You see, apparently, Castellano wanted to keep it there. Keep it there. He didn't. Neil. I don't think Neil was Sicilian. He did, and yeah, married his first cousin. Mata Scrazzi. There you marry. You're banging it out with your first cousin. Come on now. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is a little crazy, Delilah. This is a little crazy. I don't understand. That bothers me a little bit. Unbelievable. After his death in 1976, Gambino appointed his brother-in-law Paul Castellano as his successor. His successor's downfall. I know. I get it. Castellano was later murdered and John Gotti became the boss, but Gotti's reign eventually ended with his underboss, Salvatore Gravano, cooperating with the FBI. Yes, we know about all of that. That's nothing new over there. That is nothing new there. We know about this. And I believe Gotti was a good boss, but that's just from a different perspective. Things that took place under Gotti were pretty good. Gotti needed to be boss when Gotti was boss. A lot of people did well under Gotti, so everybody has different opinions on that. A lot of people have different opinions on that. My personal opinion was Gotti was a good boss. All right, let's go over some sad facts about Carlo Gambino. His final years were marked by poor health and legal trouble. His potential deportation was never carried out, and he died while facing charges. He was only imprisoned once for a short period in his career and died of a heart attack at his home in 1976 while watching a baseball game while he was still facing racketeering and immigration charges. He pulled it off. He pulled off this dream. In later years, his health declined significantly. Specifically, his heart condition, what prevented him from facing prosecution and deportation. He was indicted on charges of conspiring to hijack an armored car, but the case was never brought to trial because of his health. Avoiding deportation. Okay. Despite a Supreme Court upholding a 1967 deportation order due to his illegal entry into the United States, he was never deported. The government's attempts to deport him were halted after he was hospitalized with a severe heart attack, which was deemed genuine by doctors. So he pulled off that heart attack thing, and he made it happen. Yes. Oh, yeah, 100%. He died under indictment, but not imprisoned. Let me add. He died under indictment, but not in prison. Yeah. He was still, yeah. Yep. There was no evidence of reporting of Carlo Gambino engaging in incest with his immediate family. Well, but what? So he did have some arrests, but he never did jail time on it. Yeah. The only related information available is that Carlo Gambino, in fact, married his first cousin, Catherine. The type of marriage was relatively common practice in some parts of the southern Italy at the time, particularly in rural communities. They had 4 children together: Tommy Gambino, Joseph Gambino, Carlo Gambino Jr., and Phyllis Gambino Sinatra. Marriages between cousins were not legally forbidden in Italy, though a special dispensation was required for a religious ceremony. Wow. You see, the church had to approve that shit. That is what we got for Don Carlo Gambino. Let's check out a couple of clips. Let's check out a couple of clips that we got here. Where are we? I got a couple of 3 clips. A few clips here. If we get blocked, fuck it, we get blocked. There we go. Let's check out a couple of clips of Don Carlo Gambino.
Gambino, one of the most powerful names in the world of organized crime, smuggled to the United States at age 19, where he worked for the infamous mafia boss Giuseppe Masseria. Gambino defied the stereotype of a mobster. Instead of intimidation, he wielded silence and strategy. When Masseria was killed, Gambino found himself in a position to rise within the Mangano family. In 1937, he was arrested for tax evasion. He got 2 years in prison. His boss Mangano were killed killed in 1951. On the orders of Albert Anastasia, and 6 years later, in the fall of 1957, Anastasia was murdered and Gambino took command of the family.
So there you go. He took, yeah, there you go. All right. So, yeah, let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. 10 rare photos of Carlo Gambino. Let's see if we can pull this one off here. Here we go. 10 rare photos of Carlo Gambino. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Sammy Davis. And that is that. That is that. Some good stuff. Let's see what James Proctor has to say about Don Carlo Gambino. Where is it? Okay, let's see what James Proctor has to say about Don Carlo. James Proctor, here we go.
Here's some video footage of Gambino boss Carlo Gambino. Don Carlo was born in 1902 and arrived to the United States from Passo di Regano, Palermo, Sicily, illegally in 1921. Gambino stayed with his cousins in New York, the Castellanos. When he got married to his first cousin Catherine in 1926, they lived on 182nd Street in Bronx, which was in the Little Italy area close to Arthur Avenue. After the Castellamarese War, Gambino's a soldier in the Mangano family. Carlo and his family moved Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. He continues to be involved in bootlegging after Prohibition and has an illegal distillery in Philadelphia. He ends up serving 22 months in Lewisburg in 1937 for alcohol tax evasion, which is his only time in prison. During World War II, Gambino becomes a multimillionaire through stealing food and gasoline ration stamps and bribing U.S. agents so he could control the underground sale of these ration stamps. By this time, he's a capo regime running a Brooklyn-based crew and is on his way to becoming one of the most powerful mob bosses ever.
Nice, James. Good work, James. James Proctor, good work. Good work, yeah. You did a pretty good job there. Let's see what else we got for Don Carlo. Let's see what else we got. There we go. See what else we got here. Let's go over to our friends Mob Facts with a little Mob Facts. Show us what you got.
They buried the Godfather today, the man who reportedly was the model for the book and movies, Carlo Gambino, the mafia's so-called boss of all bosses. A funeral mass was sung at a Brooklyn church, and about 150 relatives and friends attended, including Gambino's top aides. Admission to the church was by ticket only, but police outside photographed many underworld figures as they entered the church. Figures who experts say may soon be engaged in a deadly battle for succession to Gambino's throne. Gambino, 74, died Friday at his Long Island home of what police said were natural causes. The role of the mafia in American society is the subject of Eric Severide's commentary tonight.
Willie Sutton robbed 100 banks and took the purest joy in his art. He now travels the lecture circuit and is honored as a kind of folk hero or anti-hero. But he served time, lots of it, and has been harmless for years. Today they buried Carlo Gambino, #1 mafia chief in the country. Many flowers, 30 limousines filled with mourning mafiosi. He served very little time and did deadly harm almost to the end. They are still fastened upon the American society, the separate barnacle society of hoodlums. It is not clear that they are among the people Jimmy Carter had in mind when he said big crooks don't go to jail while poor people do. Nobody has ever seen a mafia killer, hijacker, or drug dealer in a bread line, and it's clear that pursuing the concept of crime as a result of poverty will not affect them. And it's not clear how Mr. Ford's proposed national crusade against crime will bring in the mafia. It's a bit odd. Government can organize beautifully to eliminate millions of gangsters thousands of miles away, the Nazis, for example, but cannot eliminate a few thousand living right here. The mafia has thrived since it was exported here from Sicily 90 years ago. Police catch them, then the case is lost or diluted in the courts. The cherished rights of due process designed to protect individual citizens against the arbitrary power of government protect the mafia. But are they individual citizens, or are they, in fact, a separate government, an enemy government? Better that 10 guilty men escape than that one innocent man go to jail, so America has always believed. But what if 1,000 guilty men escape to rob and defraud and kill and corrupt the innocent? Does a cherished moral principle still hold, or must we adopt the practices of warfare, which are quite different? That would be a black day, but the spread of crime could drive us to it for sheer survival. A case can be made that the mafia constitutes not only a separate government, but a separate society, and more than that, a separate race. This concept of race cuts no moral or legal ice, of course, but ought to be of interest to Italian Americans who nervously think the mafia gives Italians a bad name. In the view of the eminent British geneticist Darlington, the mafia are not Italian. They have been closely inbred for so long, some 3 centuries, that they should be considered another race, simply mafiosi.
Another race. They should be considered another race. What? What? That's unbelievable. All kidding aside, it's a very nice that you're helping your family. Yes. Very good. Very good. Yep. Wow. It's crazy. Really crazy stuff, huh? It's really, it really is interesting stuff, man. Let's see what else we got on Don Carlo before we take a little break here. What is this one? Nah, we're not going to show that one because we'll get a hit on that. We're going to get rid of that one. We're going to get rid of that one. We got to get rid of that one. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and talk a little more. Settle in, guys. We'll be right back. Taking a little break. We'll be right back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Godfather music. I love it. You can't beat that stuff. You really can't. You can listen to it all day and night. It's unbelievable. Central Jersey, shut up, you. Shut up, you. Central Jersey. There is no Central Jersey. Cut that out, you. Don't you curse like that. You guys are out of your minds. You guys are nuts. So we're never getting the names back, guys. Just so you do know, it's going to stay like this. This is what it's going to be. We're never getting back the names. So it looks like they transferred everybody over to the new handles. I think. I don't know. I don't know. So stick with your names. They are what they are. We can't really change it. You start to learn it. It becomes natural. Right? It becomes natural. It's all right. It's all right. It's no problem. Steven, you stuck it out this long. Good for you. Good for you. Is AC North or South Jersey? It's South, you. What are you talking about? Some stayed the same. Some look very different. Yes, yours is you. Sorcelli's is Sorcelli. Rebecca's is easy. Let's go through the names real quick. Delilah's didn't change. SPK's is right there. Rebecca's is good. The Bull changed his name, so that's cool. Steven, you didn't change. Richie didn't change. SPK, it's still there. Some of them are hard to recognize. Some of them are a little hard to recognize. Joey Dell is Joey Dell. Let's see what else we got here. Stony motherfucking Tony didn't change. So Chelly, like I said, Stony Tony, yeah. Cinnamon Girl changed. It went from Cinnamon Girl 2. Yeah, CG2 has changed. Polacks didn't change. So a lot of them stayed the same. Oh, yours was fucked up. You changed it. Okay, good. Angelique didn't change. Looks like. Big Bones didn't change. I think his was still the same. Yeah. It's interesting how they mess with these things and for what reason. Why? Why? Smart ass coffee? The @ sign and numbers are annoying. You never know who's talking to you. Well, what it does is it kind of prevents trolls a little bit. I think it helps with the troll game. I don't know how. I don't know why or what. This is crazy what they do here. Yours stayed the same, but they added the at and the 26. You didn't have that before. Yeah. So I guess they're going to keep it like this. They tested it out with a lot of us through a year or so. You saw it, and then they ended up changing it altogether. So what Tommy Stigs is Tommy Stigs. It just takes off Tommy Stigs Social Club. It doesn't use my channel handle. It uses the other thing. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. You can change it easily, SPK. All right. I didn't know that. Mine's Tommy Stigs. YouTube's has its ways. They're crazy. How did it change automatically with the full name showing? Yeah, that's what it did. It's crazy, bull. Merch. My merch for me? I got to go see the guy. Let's see if we have anything else for Carlo. We're done with Carlo Gambino. That's enough of him. We're done with him. How much do you really need to talk about this guy? Right? Let's go into the Catholic Minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's drop it down to the Catholic Minute and see what we got here. I mean, really. You know, we are all expecting Stigs merch under the Christmas tree. Oh, my God. Yes, cookies are right there every day. What do you mean? Rest in peace, Don Carlo. Yes. What happened to... Well, I changed from S cookies, but I have Stella D'Oro every day. 2. With the cigars. I have the show. I never showed it. And time just got away from us. He had the cigars. If anybody got them, they got them. If they didn't, they didn't. It didn't kick off, Adam. It didn't kick off. It's a matter of time, Adam, because I was going to have an event there, and I can't. I just can't fit everything in. It's a matter of choices. So what we were going to do there, Adam, what we were going to do there is get a bunch of my friends, have a little event over there. While we were there, we were going to live stream, and then he was going to promote the cigars, and then you could have bought them. It's a matter of time, man. Just can't fit it in. Fern's in California. That's okay, Richie. Yeah, you can listen. You do whatever you got to do. Fern's in California. She's coming to Belleville next week. She'll be back next week. It's Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day. Shush. Octavia Grace, she's around. She sends me emails. So Octavia Grace, blessings to you. She's out there somewhere. Stella D'Oro is the cookies that I eat. Yes. Mm-hmm. You love girls in boxers. Where'd you come up with that, Polak? Where are you coming up with girls in boxers? Where'd you come up with something like that? Huh? Octavia's great. Mm-hmm. Octavia's the best. Been here from day one, Octavia. She has been here from day one. Yes. Yeah, he hasn't been here. He comes and goes at his own pace. Yeah. Joey Dell. All right, let's go into today's Catholic Minute. The Catholic Church feast day, November 29th, is All Saints. All Saints of the Seraphic Order, also called the Feast of All the Saints of the Franciscan Order and the Feast Day of Saint Saturninus. The Franciscan feast honors all the saints from their order, while the Feast of Saint Saturninus commemorates a 3rd century martyr and bishop of Toulouse, France. All Saints of the Seraphic Order, the feast day is remembered in honor of all the saints. It's a time when Franciscan communities may renew their vows and reflect on the legacy of St. Francis of Assisi. Oh, it's about St. Francis today. All right. All right. Uh-huh. All right. All right. All right. So it really centers on Saint Saturninus. He was the most prominent martyrs in early Christianity in France. He was the first bishop of Toulouse in France, where he was martyred during the reign of Emperor Decius around 250 AD. Again, with the martyrs. I just don't get it. He was condemned. Oh my God. What? Let me get this name right. Saint Saturninus. Hold on a minute. This is disgusting. Listen to me. Saint Saturninus. Saturninus. He was one of the most prominent martyrs of Christianity in Gaul, modern day France. He was the first bishop of Toulouse, where he was martyred during the reign of Emperor Decius around two. According to tradition, he was condemned to be tied to a bull and dragged through the city until his death. This is disgusting. According to tradition, he was condemned to be tied to a bull and dragged through the city until his death. This is disgusting. He's also the patron saint of Catholic scientists and Catholic higher education. So he's the patron saint of the Catholic minute, we can say. Death by bull. I'm done. Death by bull. What the fuck? Whoever heard of such a thing? Brutal is right. Well, that's our Catholic minute for today, and that's a disturbing one. You can also go look at, guys, I do a quick search and I pick out these day, such and such a day in the Catholic Church. That's how I do it. And I just make some notes, have coffee, and talk about nothing, and then that's what we do. Oh my God. Small pinch of salt in my coffee tames the bitterness. You're out of your mind, you. Surviving together. Crazy, yeah. Good morning, Surviving Together. Hope you're well. Blessings to you. Death by Toro the bull. There you go, Delilah. Death by Toro. It's true. They didn't have cars back then. Okay, so they used a horse. Or they used a bull. Joey Dell's a comedian this morning. You're too much, Joey Dell. All right, let's go down a couple of 3 notes that we got here. Delilah's ultrasound. How did it go yesterday? Delilah had an ultrasound yesterday. How did that go, Delilah? We hope you had a good result. Looks like you posted a comment that you did have a good one. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. So, Charlie, I didn't hear anything. Yike. The fire. Ugh. Terrible. All right. I think it went good. It was about 5 minutes. No blue gel, but it was warm. Think you can let somebody live. Good. The chat is flying today. Yes. It's a good chat. Uh-oh. SBK gifted 10 memberships. Let's see who gets it. The Bull. Mike F. Primo. Patsy. Ducks. Simpson. Ben. Gigs Local. Tony Silo. Wow, you got some good memberships out today, SBK. That was beautiful. You caught some good ones, cuz. Thank God we got some good ones. Beautiful. That's amazing. Good work. That's amazing. You are something else, you. That is really awesome. pregnant. Let me donate one and see what happens. Let me gift a membership to my channel and see what happens. Let's see who I give it to. We're giving out memberships today. All right, let's see who gets mine. Tommy Stigs gifted one membership. Eric Foss, the boss, gets my membership. How do you like that? E-boss, Eric Foss gets my membership. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. I guess he's subbed but doesn't watch. That's okay. No problem. It's all good. I sent him a few fazools when he got out of jail. I did send him a few fazools when he got out of jail. Yep. As I would do for anybody. As I would do for anybody. I don't align with anybody here. I beat to my own drum. That's what I do. So Eric Foss, you got it. You got it. The Catholic miracle, right? Right? Surviving together? You just got out. Shut up, you. Shut up. You know, I don't watch all of that stuff. I peek in a little bit here and there. You're in jail. Shut up. I would send it to your commissary if you were in jail, you. Yep. I'm tempted to send one more, but I'm not going to do it. But we got lucky today. SPK sent some great gifts. Thank you. Great gifts you sent today. Thank you, SPK. Appreciate that. All right. We got a group of nuns that were suspended for using social media. It's just a group of nuns suspended for using social media. How does this shit happen? A group of 3 nuns in Austria are in a dispute with the church after they ran away from a care home to break into their old convent, gaining a large social media following for their story. As a condition for being allowed to stay, the nuns were required to immediately cease all social media activity and media contact. He sent another 5. He's out of his mind now. Now, these are all new people. Scottish Jebra, though. Vlogs. Millie. All new people. All right, SPK. He's feeling good today. Thank you, SPK. You just jumped it up. Very nice. Their supporters say this condition deprives the nuns of their only protection and that the sisters have unanimously decided not to sign the agreement. So the nuns, these 3 nuns are leaving the church to be social media stars in Austria. Wait a minute. They're leaving the church. They won't sign the agreement. Nick M., they're leaving the church. What are you talking about? I'm serious. 3 nuns. It's unbelievable. You can't make this shit up. I can't. Austria, what's going on out there? Austria, what the fuck's going on out there? The 3 nuns gave up their job as a nun to become social media sensations. 3 nuns. We're going to search these people. We're going to find them. We're going to find them. I just don't get it. It's mind-boggling to me that this could happen. Really? I can't. I don't get it. Okay. Olivia is one of the top names. Now we got a little situation here. We had Leo was a top name until Luca knocked out Leo for one of the top names. So Luca is now becoming a top name for naming kids. Olivia and Luca. And the name Michael is growing big time, which is nice. St. Michael's a good saint. On this day in Hollywood, Godzilla got the star on the Walk of Fame. How does Godzilla get a star on the Walk of Fame? On his 50th birthday. On his 50th birthday, they made a star in Hollywood for Godzilla. But it took Frankie Valli till he was 90 to get it. These motherfuckers. Godzilla gets it at 50. Frankie Valli has to wait till he's 90, almost dead. God forbid. What? What is this? Godzilla gets it at 50. Frankie Valli has the 90. Talking about Hollyweird, 100%. Oh, I can't. Unbelievable. All right, let's go back in time here. November 29th, 1942. Kawfee joins the list of items rationed. Wait a minute. They rationed coffee in the United States on this day in 1942. How can that even be? How do you ration coffee? What? On this day, November 29th, in 2001, singer-songwriter George Harrison dies at the age of 58. Wow. This is George Harrison's death date. 1929, Jackie Stallone, American astrologer, television personality, and mother. 1929, Jackie Stallone, the mother of Sylvester Stallone and Frank Stallone, she was born. She was not a good mother. Jackie Stallone was not a good mother. 1940, Chuck Mangione was born. Feels so good. 1961, Tom Sizemore is born on this day. A lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff. Yeah. I think, yeah, she was a bad mother. She was a bad mother. No sign of the cross? You got to make the sign of the cross. Yes, terrible. Saturdays for the boys. You going out? I got a few things to do, Stony Tony. Hearing a lot of bad things. A lot of bad things going on, man, with these guys. The internet's really fucked up. Labeling people rats. Putting labels on people. And it's not okay. The internet is a bad place, guys. No, I'm not going out tonight, SPK. No, I'm still a little sick. Not going out tonight. Laying low all weekend. Hanging out all weekend, laying low. I'm not pushing it. I'm not 100% yet. So the internets are laying these, they're supposing or implicating people as being rats. And then I'm hearing that, never mind, forget about it. When these discoveries come out, there's people talking to people in witness protection. There's people talking to rats. There's people. It's going to be ugly. There's going to be plea deals. These discoveries, this can't, these things that they can't go to trial on these things. There's such speculation. People are talking to people that went bad. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Well, what are you going to do? You can't hide anything today. With the internet, you can't hide anything today. Yeah, me too. You're a sick bastard, but me too. This is the first time I've been sick in a long time. Arms, my man. I'm smoking dust tonight. I'm excited. It's been a minute. They got Fat Pete. Fat Pete. Who's Fat Pete? Yeah, I was out all over the place. Made it through the pot. Hope your friends made it through the pot. Okay, the pot. Everybody's good. Arms, great to see you. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm feeling decent, Patty. I feel a little better. Arms, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear this, yes. We're sorry to hear that, Arms. Yes, we are sorry to hear that. I feel decent, Patty, decent. We're going to make today a good day. Nothing is secret anymore. You're right. They pull phones, computers. They pull everything now. It's unbelievable. Yep. All right. Well, listen. These are the things that happen. Yes. Easy pass everything. You're right. Unless you see it in a 302. We always remember the best of times. Yes, we do. All right, look, we're going to get out of here. We're going to wrap it up. Yes, we're good to see you. Arms, prayers out to you. Patty Daly, hope you're grinding through every day. Yeah. You got to get an ultrasound. Oh, interesting. Yep. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to go out with Sarah Collins. She's going to take us out for Don Carlo. We're going to go a little Speak Softly. I'm going to wrap it up. I got a few 3 things to do. Got to get this back feeling better and get back to everything. Tommy Stigs, wishing you all well. Ciao. 4.
Speak softly, love, and hold me warm against your heart. I feel your words, the tender, trembling moments start. We're in a world, our very own, sharing a love that only few have ever known. Wine-colored days warmed by the sun, deep velvet nights when we are one. Speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the sky. The vows of love we make will live until we die. My life is yours, and all because came into my world with love so softly loved. Wine-colored days warmed by the sun, deep velvet nights when we are one. Speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the sky. The vows of love we make will live until we die. My life is yours.